Good evening. This is the Amsterdam Times, live from Amsterdam, bringing you a special broadcast on the Netherlands. Officially the Kingdom of the Netherlands, it is a small country located in Northern Europe, with its capital, Amsterdam, right at the heart of the nation. Though modest in size, the Netherlands is a major global player, being the top 20 economies in the world and the 6th largest exporter in the world. Our team is here to bring you a comprehensive broadcast of the latest developments shaping the country.
In a major political shakeup, Prime Minister Dick Schoo has resigned after his coalition government collapses just 10 months into office. The ruling alliance fell apart following fierce disputes over pension reforms and tighter migration rules. Talks broke down last month, forcing the king to accept the government's resignation and formally dissolve the parliament. The country will now head to snap elections on 10 September. This marks the third national vote since 2021, reflecting a period of growing political instability. The pension cuts proposed by VVD face strong opposition from coalition leaders, while the migration quotas further deepened the risk.
With public trust in mainstream politics fading, all eyes are on this election, whether it brings greater trust or greater fragmentation to the Dutch political landscape. Let's hear from our news correspondents Siddharth and Shreya about the recent NATO summit which was held in The Hague.
For the first time in history, Netherlands is hosting a NATO leadership summit with President Donald Trump in presence, with all member states representatives, and is going to discuss some of the most important topics in the last few years.
All the members have agreed to raise the defense spending target to 5% GDP by 2035. The Netherlands has confirmed a second batch of F-16 fighter jets for Ukraine, while the US has pledged missile systems and logistical supports.
Leaders have agreed to establish a new rotational force structure along the border of Estonia and Lithuania and provide upgrades to the already existing integrated defense networks. Now, we move on to our data analysts, Ishita and Atharva, for the latest economic headlines.
The Dutch economy is forecast to grow by 1.7% in 2025, but momentum is slowing. The ongoing US trade tariffs and weaker global demands are having high exports, especially in manufacturing. Inflation, which is peaked at 3.3% this year, is expected to ease around 3% by year end.
Analysts say the challenge now is protecting domestic strength while managing global volatility. We now go to our tech experts Arav and Sanjita to bring us upon the latest ASML and global semiconductor industry.
ASML is the only company in the world which is responsible for making extreme ultraviolet lithography machinery, which is responsible for developing advanced chips. Its revenue in 2025 is projected to exceed 30 billion euros.
But its dominance is being challenged. Canon in Japan is pushing cheaper alternatives, and the Chinese firm SMEE is accelerating efforts to develop its own tools.
Now I call upon Abhigan and Anisha to talk about the pro-Palestine trends in Netherlands.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have this breaking in from The Hague at the moment. About 100,000 people have marched on 18th of May expressing solidarity and peace for Palestinians. The 150,000 people march form the symbolic red line expressing solidarity for Palestinians. They've called upon for trade embargoes, arms embargoes, and suspension of all EU trade agreements with the State of Israel.
Public support for government Israel policy starts dwindling. The latest ISPOS polling indicates just 15% of approval, while 54% demand a firmer stance. That brings an end to our special broadcast. From political turmoil and rising economic pressure to defense cooperation and technological advancements, the headlines we've covered reveal a nation facing hard questions and global responsibility. As we close, we recognize that diplomacy isn't just about borders and policies. It's about people, choices, and courage. At Inmoon, we don't just represent countries, we represent the power of the youth to question, lead, and shape what comes next.
This is the Amsterdam Times concluding this special broadcast.
Audio Jungle.